welcome everyone to join to our online roundtable discussion, automation and smart technologies, transforming hospitality businesses and event rundown. I am Yang Chen, business development representative from AirHost, and I am also your moderator today. So as you all may know that Asian hospitality industry is ready to adopt technology to provide better services as customers are increasingly relying on digital platforms. Hotels and property owners are turning to technology and automation to keep up. So, what are different automation and smart technologies that can help to improve hotel and hospitality businesses, and how owners and managers can leverage and apply these technology to their businesses? So in this roundtable discussion, AirHost invite leaders from KeyWe, GTriip and AirHost to discuss insights, technology trends, and businesses opportunities that are emerging in hospitality market. So let us all welcome today our panelists. First of all, I would like to introduce Mr. Ziwei Zhou, the Chief Technology Officer from AirHost.
Hi, Ziwei. I'm in charge with technology in AirHost, and we started as a hotel. We started as a property management company, maintaining like Airbnb type of property for property owners, and now we're growing to a hotel management software business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So welcome, Mr. Z. And next, I would like to introduce Mr. Maxime Thames, the Chief Executive Officer from GTriip.
Hi, my name is Maxime. So I'm founder and CEO of GTriip. We are dual headquartered in San Francisco and Singapore, and we specialize in computer vision and AI to automate the digital identity at commercial properties. Today, we serve around 25,000 hotel rooms in Asia Pacific, and we have been invested by a telco in Singapore called M1, and this year we also raised a Series B with the Japanese telco KDDI investing in us together with the Japanese VC called Global Brain, which is one of the oldest and largest in Japan, and also a Singapore conglomerate Keppel has also joined our shareholders. So I'm happy to be sharing some of the future trends and things that we're working on.
Thank you so much, Maxime. And last but not least, I would like to introduce our South Korean speaker today, that is Mr. Aiden Choi, the Director of Sales from KeyWe.
Oh, thanks for having me here today. My name is Aiden Choi, and the company I work for is called KeyWe. KeyWe is a software-based hardware IoT company. I've been here for 5 years, and I'm the director of sales for this company. Our company first started off with the Kickstarter campaign, and I was one of the founding members. And we reached over 1,800% of our goal on this campaign. And since then, we have expanded to over 9 countries with 14 dealers just in the overseas market.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aiden. So it is great to have our own panelists today. And so first of all, you already introduced your from yourself. So now I have a little personal question for you. That do you use any kind of automation in your everyday life? Would you mind sharing them to us?
Yeah.
So just anyone can.
For the automation, yes, I'm working in KeyWe, so I'm very, it's very easy to have smart devices. I can try many devices, so I installed my KeyWe door lock, the smart door lock, and I have a, AI speaker, and also I have many sensors to, turn on the lights and, moving the curtains. Like, I made my home as a smart home. So when I when I approach the door lock opens automatically. And when I enter the home, then the light turns on, as I said already. And the curtains open, and, my favorite music is on. So it's just basic smart home now, and I can enjoy my mood. I can set different mood. For example, I can make my home like a party mode, or I can make my home as a relaxed mode. So I can just push the button on my app, then I can enjoy my life at home. Yeah.
Wow. What is the smart home? Do you have anything that you would like automate differently than what you have?
Sorry?
Do you want to automate different things in your life beside what you have?
Oh, yeah. So, I'm using, I told you I also use the AI speaker. So I can talk to my speaker to control my devices at home. In the future, if it's possible, maybe the camera recognize my emotion and control my devices for as my emotion. So that's what I want. For the
so cool.
automated.
Very cool. Thank you so much. What about Maxim?
Well, I'll probably give you an example that's not so advanced but very realistic nowadays. So I used to have this problem with my credit card companies who are always trying to charge me an annual fee. And recently I realized that it has been a very automated process. So I just log into the internet banking, submit my request online digitally for a fee waiver. And within a few hours, instead of taking a few days for them to call me back, they just approve it. I think it really shows how far the systems have come, and even the very big organizations, a big five-star hotel or a very big multinational bank has improved in really streamlining processes like this. I used to be put on hold for like 1-2 hours just to talk to a human, just to tell them the same thing. Hey, this is my card number, and can you please waive the annual fee? So I think the automation sometimes, and it's the kind of job I don't want to do. I don't want to be stuck on the line for 2 hours. And the officer who is also entertaining this kind of calls every day is probably sick of it. So I think there's some things that are really worth automating, providing a better experience for everybody. So I just got it waived yesterday, so I'm happy about that automation.
Ooh, yeah.
Which company you use?
Citibank.
I need to check that. And it remind me to visit your home. It sounds really cool.
Oh yeah, please join my home.
Yeah, because for me, I actually I get a little bit geeky on this, so I kind of Googled it on the automation definition. So what I find out is literally what you said, what you two just said, is basically a technology is a kind of like labor-saving technology, which can automate certain process or procedures, right? So I don't have like a very cool home like that. So like for me, it's just my Nespresso coffee machine or rice cooker or even like an instant noodle, which kind of like make my life simpler and easier. For me, I feel so for my work, I do calendar scheduling stuff to actually have a certain automation in my work life.
Well, yeah, that could be like a very enjoyable for doing such kind of simple thing and meaningful for life as well. Thank you so much for sharing. He's talking a lot about automation and smart technology. So before jumping to our main section, could you please share with us what does automated system mean to you, or what does smart technology mean?
I actually again went a little bit geeky on this, so I actually Googled for the definition. I mean, to simplify, is for me, I feel anything so-called smart technology are things actually might make my day-to-day life a bit easier. But they actually have an official definition which translates to self-monitoring, analysis, and reporting technology, short for SMART. For me, I actually see it in like 3 different time frame, which like say current, we have the smartphone, smart TV, smart watch, or smart fitness wearables. Those are like standalone devices which connecting via app, right? And they are designed to perform single purpose mostly. And then we have a little bit of a now plus future stage, which is kind of like Aiden's home in a sense, which has a lot of different IoT devices actually connect with each other, are managed by maybe a smart hub or certain things. They can exchange data, so they know what does it mean when he's home, right? And what does it mean if he's ready to sleep, that kind of thing. But of course, I'm also a movie fan, so I also imagine in a future perspective, which is those iRobot stage where the Will Smith movie, which these AIs actually has a mind of their own, which is a little bit too scary to think about. But that's basically my interpretation of it.
Yeah. And what about Maxime?
Well, to me is that automation. I don't even have to look very far. There are some very realistic examples that is future yet touchable. So, for example, if you look at self-driving car, they are already becoming a reality. If you buy a Tesla today, it has some form of automatic self-driving functionality. Is it 100%? Is it fully sentient? It is not. You still need to put in the GPS coordinates. Is it useful? Yes. So if I could just, get on a freeway and I can just go on a coast. And of course, you probably want to put your hands on the steering wheel. You probably want to have eyes on the road. But 90% of the things are being done by the autopilot. So to me, automation is really humans going from very mundane manual tasks into a state where there's some things that just an autopilot could do better than you. So for example, if you think about an airplane, yes, it is probably enjoyable to fly as a hobby, but if you're looking at commercial aircraft, it comes with a lot of autopilot functionality, which really, in the pilot terms, what we call reduces the pilot workload. By the way, I volunteer in the Singapore Air Force as a volunteer corpser, so I like to use this example. It reduces the pilot workload. So is the autopilot helping the pilot? Yes. But do you still need the pilot? You do. So basically, you're essentially offloading some of the mundane tasks so that the pilot can perform better and focus on the more important and critical tasks. That will be my interpretation of what a good automation is.
Yeah, pretty much based on your experience also, right? And what about Jen?
Yeah, it's my turn. First, I think it's important to understand the difference of just automatic and automated system. For example, the light turns on automatically, the toilet flushes automatically, or like a KeyWe door lock unlocks automatically. These are just automatic. It's the same as the pen dropping to the ground. When they let go of it, it happens automatically. But an automated system we are talking about, it looks really deep into the need of humans and provide whatever is necessary at the right timing. So when the light turns on automatically, as I enter the room, so I don't have to search the light switch in the dark. And when the toilet flushes automatically, I just stand up, and so I don't have to clean. And the door locks automatically as I like I always do as I approach the door, so I don't have to pull out my keys while my hands are full. So it is so important to understand why something will happen automatically and what timing and for what purpose. This is why automated system requires a lot of engineering and a good understanding of how humans are, and a good research and prediction of how humans will react to new technology. IoT is combining and connecting individual automated system and making the total greater than the sum. So to me, the entire thing is a smart technology.
Yeah. So you all make me like so excited about automation. I was thinking about like remembering when I was small, like with a Doraemon, like when you just have a time machine, you click one button and you travel through time. So which is very interesting. But okay, so before going to our current market problem, I just a reminder for all our attendees that if you have any questions, please chat in the Q&A. I will look into that and I will tell our panelists to answer them for you also. So here, next question for our panelists is that as you have been in businesses for like years, I'm sure that you know the pain points of your clients. So could you tell us in your respective field the main existing problem in hotel management that hotel managers and hotel owners are currently facing? So this is just like a pop-up drop-in. So if you have any something come into your mind, just pop up, okay? Okay, maybe I would like to invite Maxim. Go ahead.
Sure. For us, if you look at hospitality customers, we started the business primarily serving five-star hotels. Of course, in markets like Japan and Singapore, where labor is expensive, it has always been challenging to be able to find the right kind of talent to serve the hospitality role, be it the front of house or the back of house. And that there has been a traditional problem to have enough and well-trained staff to be able to interface with the customers or guests. But I think this year, some of the problems have compounded. So, for example, in a time like this where there is a less international travel, you are now not only facing with the traditional problems like keeping the property profitable. Now, the cost structure probably remains the same, but the revenues have dropped significantly. There's less people traveling internationally, so that means that you could be getting a lot less bookings. And that's one big problem. The other big problem we're seeing is that because of COVID, the travelers are a bit more cautious. They want to, even if they have to travel and stay in a hotel, they want to have a more assurance that this place is safe. So, for example, one of the things we talk about is safe distancing measures. So if I'm going to go into a hotel, how do you ensure that you are providing me a safe distancing? Let's say I go to the lobby. Am I sitting or standing within 1 meter from each other? When I go into my room, is this room sanitized from the previous checkout? What about the surface area that I'm going to touch? Is there any kind of contactless solution in place compared to before COVID? And you have to remember that the previous challenges have not really gone away. The previous challenges like labor efficiency, providing a well-trained staff in hotel front desk still remains. You still need to provide a good hospitality experience. Now you have additional challenges of security, safety now coming into place. So I think these are the very big challenges the industry is facing, especially this year, starting with the revenue drop. We have less people booking the hotel room. So how do we go about doing that? How do we try to cut some expenses or save some money and basically look at the profitability in a very objective way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. So we have safe distancing, contactless, and labor safe cost and safe money, which is very interesting. What about Z?
I would just discuss some kind of like the pre-COVID situation because I think Max pretty much covered everything about the current stage. Because we started as a property management company, right? And the pain points that we often facing is basically when you get these properties, what are you gonna do with the revenue management? How can you get income? And when you actually get the booking, then when the guest coming, right, you need to worry about the check-in, check-out management, guest communications, and that's often a big issue for like a homestay, boutique hotel, because your address, your logo just not going to be so in permanent place and for people easy to locate. And also we outsourcing the cleaning, right? So you need to have the communication with the cleaning company regarding to the reservation changes and updates. And with all that, then you probably have to worry about maintaining your place. And also, last but not least, the accountings, right? Like you need to figure out, are you making money? Are you losing money? All these things. So I'm more from that in the normal realm angle.
Yeah, like more into how the daily operation of the hotel management.
Right.
What about Aiden? Yeah.
It's very similar to G, and most of our clients have a small to medium-sized hotels, and what does short-term rental business like Airbnb. So some of them manage their hotels, their business manually, and some of them use property management service system like AirHost. I think there are three existing problems in property management service. The first one is system automation service is too expensive. Actually, it's made for the large hotels, so it's kind of impossible to have for the small hotels. So what can be done by system automation has to be done by humans, so which will cause human labor cost to increase, and also can cause human the thing, so human error at a higher rate relative to system automation service. Then I think the second one is about the key. It's about key handling and giving access to get like G talked about. When using a physical key, there is the hassle of passing the key directly when the guest comes to the property and collecting the key again at checkout. In addition, there are many cases in which the key is lost in the process of managing, and if the guest does not always visit on time, so the manager always has to wait on site, or they have to keep it in a specific place. This causes human labor, and can also be very dangerous. Since at any moment the key can be stolen, or the property can be broken in. Some other case, some clients, they use the digital door lock. They have to change the PIN code every time when guests check out. This is the second, problem, I think. And when I talk with my clients, always they talk about the low profit. Most of our clients, they have their main jobs, and they run hotels or short-term rental to make some extra money. And however, it's kind of impossible to make a big money there, because of the basic cost of operation, such as the utilities, the human labor, or rent, or although it's possible to reduce the operation cost by introducing several automated systems, it's often not easy to apply due to the initial investment cost. So I think those are the top three common issues I see with my clients.
Yeah. So for for the security problem, all of us concerning about the profit, like how the hotel making profit, right? So here different kind of problem, like safe distance, contactless, labor cost, operation management. So among these, so can you just pick one major problem? You explained it already. So one major problem, and give us like a solution, like how we can solve the solution. What are the available ultimate solutions that hotel owners can adopt? and what are they, and who are the providers? Yeah, to just pick something that you think that is the major problem. Okay, so G, you want
Sure. Yeah, I think for the major problem, I want to imagine like, say, I don't go to like McDonald's very often, but like when I go, most of the time I order this so-called buttermilk fried chicken sandwich or something with a little slice of pineapple inside. And every time I go there and eat it, it's the same taste, right? The consistency. And because we're in a service-oriented industry, the consistency is very important. And who can actually provide the consistent service to our guests is actually the people we have, our staff, right? So I feel retain the talent, retain the staff, and be able to have a system to help the staff to better performing their job is very, very important. So, if you want me to say suggest the automated solution the hotel can adopt, I don't have a specific, but I will just imagine in a few angles is like, say, for instance, channel manager for managing the pricing and the availability can help the hotel to gain exposure on many different OTAs, and find a good hotel management software system that fits your hotel, right? Like if you are 5-star, 4-star hotel, then there are softwares tailored for that. And if you're a boutique or small size hotel, there are software tailored for that. And also probably looking to a booking engine for your own hotel, which you can save on the commission fees that you pay to the OTA, and you can have a return traffic from your previous visited guest, and also a good, I guess, check-in solution provider, and to actually automate the check-in process, have more contactless environment for your guest.
Yeah. So, good channel manager, an OTA, booking engine, and check-in solution. Can all this system be in one? Like, because we have so many things nowadays. See?
Well, that feels a little bit of a sales pitch, but yes, our system is all in one solution, kind of target for a small, medium-sized hotel. Yeah.
Interesting. We will come back to that point later. What about Aiden? So you have such some kind of problem. Can you just pick one and giving us the solution?
Yeah, sure. The second one, I'm working in KeyWe, so I have to talk about, KeyWe solutions. As I mentioned before, there are always hurdles of managing physical key or PIN code for guests. Additionally, like, the automating laundry or cleaning is also difficult. So KeyWe has its own, key management service to solve this problem. It goes like this. First, once a guest books a hotel, KeyWe auto-generates the scheduled specific PIN code and access on app. And then the guest can use the PIN code or app to enter their room during their stay. After they check out, the PIN code and the app disabled, so guests cannot enter anymore. And then KeyWe contact to the partners laundry or cleaning service companies. So, and after that, the KeyWe auto generate again the one-time PIN code for them. And once they finish their service, their PIN code is also disabled. So the only thing you need to do as owner is to wait for the next guest. So the owner can grant access to the customer without having to meet directly and keep their property clean. Yeah.
So which is the problem that you're solving right now? Is it the security or both?
It's a checking in and check out.
Okay, checking
system. Yeah.
This is also one.
And the key management system. Yeah.
Yeah, key management system. Okay, operation system. Cool. Thank you. And Maxine? Yeah.
I think one of the big problems that we're very passionate about solving, and even before COVID, has been really how does the hotel front desk or Airbnb front desk look like 10, 20 years from now? Is it human driven? Is there more technology? So that has been really a guiding thought. But it has become really relevant today. So you have a COVID situation, you want a contactless solution, and you're a host, you don't really, even with a mask, you don't really want to be so close to the guests that are coming through, yet you want to provide a secure check-in. So that's where technology comes into play. How can you do it contactlessly? So what a solution like what we do is essentially a computer vision that is an autopilot of what you would normally do manually. So for example, a solution would be pre-trained on multiple international passports or local IDs so that a guest can just take a photo of that ID and we can automatically identify whether it's real or fake, what kind of information is on that. And secondly, we'll ask the guest to do a selfie. So in real time, we'll use a few frames of information to make sure that you are the true owner of the passport. In fact, this can be even more secure than what you used to do manually. So if you used to be something like a host that's on a vacation rental and you used to be vetting these guests manually, sometimes some of these guests don't really look like what they used to be on the photo ID. But if you're using some kind of computer vision to automate this, actually you have a higher confidence level and accuracy in determining the authenticity of the guest. And if you put that into a system like AirHost kind of PMS system that's powered by GTriip, then you have a fully automated contactless check-in experience that's more secure technologically, and at the same time giving you a more safety in terms of distancing measures for your guests. And this has really become not just a productivity gain for you as a host, it has also become a safety thing in the COVID world because you do want to provide a contactless check-in experience without really have to go face-to-face with that person. So we think that is the problem and solution we want to go after.
Yeah, so since Maxine touched on the point of facial recognition, I just want to go ahead and talk with you, like, as a foreigner of facial recognition in this region. So could you share with us the benefits that facial recognition, so you've been talking about security and contactless check-in, that bring to hotel owners and management. Can you please share with us, like, the current client experience in the hospitality industry that you've been working with?
Yeah. Sure. I like to use a real life example. So some of our customers have implemented this, and they used to be hotels that were taking 20, 30 minutes to complete a check-in process. And it's very predictable. You go to front desk, you queue with the rest of the people in the lobby. You could be stuck in the queue for 20, 30 minutes, and the front desk is usually looking at you, looking for a photo ID. And depending on the market, right, different countries with different regulations. Some markets like Japan require you to even photocopy the passport if you're a foreigner. So they're looking at the passport, looking at you, then photocopying all that, and at the same time making sure it's verified. So some of our customers really implemented an automated solution where the pre-check-in happens even before they arrive at the hotel. So you can imagine doing all of that on a device. So the benefit is, number one, it saves time. For you as a guest, you don't have to get stuck in that queue. And number two, it saves a lot of labor hours for the host, or the hotel owners, or the front desk, so that you don't have to manually process all this information. A computer is doing this for you, and you can just monitor the automatic approvals. And when you talk about facial recognition, I would like to go more specific. So what we are doing is not just matching two faces. If you're looking at a whole hospitality context, regulation actually require you to also look at the photo ID of the guest, right? So what you're really doing is using computer vision to understand different kind of photo IDs, what kind of color it is, what kind of value it has. So if it's a passport, it surely has a name. And does this name match your booking information? So all of that comes into play when you're looking at a computer vision driven check-in, and that's exactly what we do. So the benefits really productivity. That's one way to sum it up.
Yeah. So that you've been working with the real, like, hotel in hospitality?
Yeah, we have 25,000 hotel rooms for doing this.
Wow. Okay, that's very cool. I think since long time you've been in this business, like, right? Yeah. Okay. And what about for Aiden? Also have like right now we know more KeyWe like in home concept, which is like a train for home user market. So what about hospitality industry? Do you have like does your smart lock system also can support the hospitality industry? Can you share us the experiences as well?
Oh yeah, sure. So yeah, before I share, the example, I want to, state that we provide us with many kind of, the network services. So we provide the locks with Bluetooth and Ziwei and Wi-Fi, and we also, now we are developing the data network service such as LTE and 5G network. So we support most of wireless services. It helps us to integrate with many other systems, even if they use different network solutions. So one of my clients, the company in Korea, it's called Handys, that we collaborated, provide property management service. They have about 1,500 rooms for short-term and long-term rental. They are using Ziwei protocol, and we connected our lock to their service through Ziwei, and now now their key handling work has decreased immensely, and their management has become very smoother, as well as the cut cost. And they also have auto service such as delivery and laundry and cleaning. So like I mentioned before, we have a solution for the one-time PIN code. So even if there is no one in the room, the serviceman can enter, with the auto-generated PIN code, just the one-time PIN code, and once it happens, the push notification is sent to the owner, so so they can know what happens at the room, even they are not in home. So yeah, that is the one case study from here.
Okay. So yeah. So currently, how many like hotel or how many rooms are you currently working with, Aiden?
Right now in Korea,
Yeah.
we recently we are working with one company, and they have now 1,500 rooms they are managing, and they will open other 2,000 rooms. So it's a kind of management company. It's the rooms are not theirs. So, for example, people buy the house, and they just give it to the management service company. So the management service company take care of the rooms. So now they are having 1,500 rooms, and they will have 2,000 more rooms in this year. So yeah, so they will use our KeyWe lock with their existing system like yours. So yeah.
Well, yeah. So we're looking forward for your updates for the future.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And Suzy, as we've been touching on the viewpoint of like different mentioned OTA. So knowing that AirHost is growing its presence recently in Asian market. So as a pioneer, how can automated hotel management solution, or we get the HMS here, enhance the hotel management system and solve the current problem? And what are the HMS pros and cons? Yeah.
Okay, so I will address the first part, like how the automated solution can enhance the hotel management, and I will address the pros and cons next. So I want to basically answer the question based on why we created our system and how it helps us for our property management business. So when we started back in 2014, we actually managed, at one point, we managed 250 different Airbnb properties for a property owner. And we discovered many tasks that our staff are doing. It's very routine, like they do it day in, day out, the same thing, right? So but at the time, we don't think we need a very sophisticated, expensive system, right? So we made our own property management system to automate these routine tasks, such as guest check-in, check-out, cleaning, and accounting related works. And later on, we realized actually besides Airbnb, we actually need to, for better income and revenue management, we need to list them on different OTAs. And we were trying to find a channel manager for ourselves to use. But then we find actually it's not so convenient because it's a two system. We have to train our staff to learn how to use two systems. So instead, we just made our own because we don't have to maintain many different OTA channels. So, and think later on, we also made a booking engine for saving the OTA costs. And because of the actually Olympic schedule for Japan, that's before, this is before the COVID-19. Actually, in Japan, hotels are very difficult to find staff because everyone's building, right? Like a new hotels coming up every day. So they have a resource lack of staff to run the hotel. So we actually created the auto check-in app, and together working with IoT lock, such as KeyWe. So we try to automate this process. So at one point, I think one of our customer, he has a 3 boutique hotel and managed by 2 person only. So along the way, when we make our system, we talk to other hotels, we realize we all have the same problem, basically. And now our system is power over 14 hotel rooms and have over 300 companies use our product. So I believe every hotel owner and hotel managers here you are very clear with your growing pains. So I think whichever product you pick, it needs to be able to address those pain points, right? Because it's only then we can actually better serve our guests and make our business more successful. So, and to the second part of the question regarding to the pros and cons, because I don't believe that any product made equal or same. So it's not really fair to actually address them in pros and cons, but I more want to address in a way of the usability, like how easy is it to use them? Do I need to take a college class for it? And what is this software main focus on? Is it for my hotel? Is it for large hotel, small hotel? Is it focus on automation? And thirdly is that does this hotel management software have all the essential functions that I need to run my hotel? And lastly, I would think probably the pros and cons is the cost, right? Like, does the cost really justify it? Would I be able to actually gain labor saving by using it? Can it help me to further grow and open more hotel? Be able to scale my business by using it. So I think these are the aspects we're looking at for this industry.
Yeah, this is very interesting that the point that of the cost. So since researching in this way, I also have one question for all you that. So in the revolution of Industry 4.0 technology, we have seen much advancement. However, the cost still seems like a barrier for users. So how can the user or hotel owners have access to such advanced technology? Yeah, anyone can start. Maybe Aiden. You have.
That's a very good. So could you hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you?
I repeat the question.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yes. So here we have the cost is right now is still the barrier for users, right? So how can our users and hotel owners connect to such advanced technology?
Yeah. So there are many new technologies overflowing in the world, and hotels are applying these new technologies to actually to reduce the cost and time. It's the main point for the hotel to get the new technologies. A lot of a lot of what applying an automated system does is replacing employees with the machines and sensors. So I think to get the new technology or pick some new technology, the one thing to keep in mind is customer experience management, I think. So customer experience management, it can be a strategy and execution process. How can I say it? It can be the real customer, or it can be also the employee who is in the internal customer. There is the saying that when customers are comfortable, only when employees are comfortable. So there are plenty of new technologies, and we have a chance to choose each of them, but we should not change everything to the new technology. We still have to keep something for our employees, and so I think that we should think about whether our customer will be satisfied or not, rather than automating all the process to reduce management cost or time. I think selective automation in a range that can satisfy the customer is the true customer management experience, and I think this will make a bigger profit for the hotel.
Yeah, so in your point of view, like we need to think of client shoes first to see what is the necessary to automate in order to reduce the cost. I see. Yeah. Right. What about Maxim? Yeah. Wait. I need to. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to match each industrial revolution to what a hotel owner will be going through. So in the first industrial revolution, you're talking about machines, steam power. So instead of hand washing, you will now have a washing machine. So that's a revolution. So you should, if you're a hotel owner, you should go and buy a washing machine and try to automate the process, or rather make this process more efficient. In the second revolution, there has been the networks, now they're telephones. So if you're a hotel owner, you should be catching up to that trend and make sure that every room has a telephone, so that the guests can really keep up to the speed. And of course, in the third industrial revolution, we talk a lot about computers, computer networks, and advancements in cable televisions and things like that. So in the 1990s, it was a pretty stupid idea for a hotel owner to go and buy Wi-Fi, because only the military or only the big super branded hotels uses the Wi-Fi internet. But in the year 2000, this has become expanded. Today, if you go to Airbnb house and the Airbnb doesn't come with a Wi-Fi internet access, you'll be quite shocked. Like, well, what's wrong with this place? So in the third industrial revolution, it has become a norm, and it is a good idea for you to be able to provide that kind of service. In the fourth industrial revolution, which is pretty new, the Industry 4.0 is a lot about full automation. So instead of just computers, it's about computers talking to each other. That's what the IoT, right? The Internet of Things is. It's about going to cloud so that you have a highly scalable deployed applications. So I would like to use a very straightforward example, a 4.0 example of a hotel product. It will be something as simple as online check-in. So today, yes, the big brands, airlines, and the big hotels are all providing an online check-in, because it is a very Industry 4.0 things to do. You provide an automatic, fully automated experience where just by using your smartphone, you can check in, you can have your security deposit cleared, you can even receive the room key, and your authentication is completely done online. And that is almost like the next Wi-Fi. And if you're a small 3 industry of foster hotel group owner, or if you're just running Airbnb and managing some rooms, I think it would be the smart thing for you to consider having a BMS or hospitality management system in place that allows you to do something like that, some kind of online check-in, so that you can have a fully automated experience. So basically, sometimes you don't have to really think at the industry level revolution. You just got to think that how does it apply to my business? Okay, now at this day and age, I must have a washing machine, I must have a telephone line, or maybe internet access, and maybe online check-in. So these are what I think the 4.0 of industry will affect the hospitality industry.
Okay. Yes.
So yeah, and I guess it's my turn. So I think I don't have anything new. Pretty much Aiden and Maxim up all the good points, and I think from my personal perspective is that it all should be business decision. Is it good for my business? Meaning, I think years ago, if you try to convince a store owner to put their store online, you're going to take a lot of convincing, right? Saying, well, they were like, why should I put my store online? Is the credit card safe, and how can I do the procurement of the goods? Or if you ask a restaurant owner to be listed on those online food ordering website, it's a very tough conversation previously, but now it become very easy. And also, just to give a little bit background, actually, a hotel chain like a Hilton and Marriott, I think since 2016, 2017, they spent around $500 million to invest into their IT infrastructure, have all the online checking stuff, because they know this is the future, and they know it's going to become a norm. So now it becomes whether you want to do this, because it's going to be the norm, whether we like it or not. It's not like we really want to do it, but it's just like right now, I think back in the 97s, when I go to an airport, one of my friends forgot a paper airline ticket, and then the result is he has to purchase the air ticket again. But now everything is an e-ticket, right? Like you online checking your schedule, it's a norm. It will be weird that actually you have a ticket to bring to the airport nowadays. So I think it's all in a way, what time are we in, and is it going to be good for your business to prepare your business for the future? So that's kind of my point of view.
Yeah. So it's actually really depend on case by case, different hotel owners. And now we have one question from Q&A. Okay, anyone can answer. Okay. So how to help the handicapped person in using the new technology?
So I think for the handicapped person for new technology, as far as I think checking wise, is as long as a smartphone, right? And I think most of the smartphone has the accessibility functionalities. So it's just about the software product, which are be able to utilize these technologies. So anyone can use it. So yeah, that's how it works. Fine.
Yeah. Maxim or Aiden, you want to add some point on this disabled people?
Yeah, I can share from the very specific contactless checking kind of experience. So, for example, if a person is wheelchair bound and very difficult to navigate through a certain location or go to the lobby to queue and check in. In fact, if anything, this kind of remote online contactless check-in make it easier for someone with a disability to be able to complete the check-in. So, for example, if you're using your smartphone to complete the check-in process, like what Ziwei said, as long as there's disability-friendly features on the smartphone to read out the labels so that you know when to look at the camera or when to take a photo of your smartphone. If designed right, this product could actually bring a lot of convenience to the people who are having a handicap.
Okay. Yeah. So that pretty much, I think, answer the question that we have for. And right now we have like 6 minutes left before we end our section. So we're talking a lot of different things right now. Can you just right now bring something that our hotel owners or our hotel management should do right now, like the real action right now, to help them they can do to improve the business right now? In terms of, maybe you can think of this COVID-19 situation, or in the current market. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's important to create a safer travel environment for the guests at this point. Whether you run a big hotel, a small hotel, the way you conduct your cleaning, the way you handling the room service, checking the guests, check out the guests, needs to be well planned so that the guests will feel safe. Because most of the country are not open yet, right? Because we have some countries are in so-called green channel, can still have people moving around between countries, but mostly are limited to business travel only. So hotels gonna have a lot of domestic traveling as their client, right? So if you respect the social distance, have a very clean, safe environment, then that means brand loyalty and a repeat customer for your hotel.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Maxim?
I'd like to bring up a very commercial way of looking at this. So today, hospitality provides a huge amount of GDP into different countries as part of tourism. And usually governments are very motivated to help make sure that a significant portion of this revenue remains during and even after the COVID. The jobs are retained, the businesses continue to operate. So in most countries, there will be some kind of government bodies who are trying to help make sure that, so for example, in Singapore, there is a Singapore Tourism Board who is trying to help out different hospitality providers to make sure that they do survive. In some cases, some of the hotels are contracted directly with the government. Yes, there is not much of an international travelers, but now they have been turned into a quarantine center so that there's a contract between the hotel and the government, which is really happening to some of our customer hotels. So there is a guaranteed revenue for the next few months, and that kind of helps the hotel owner to tide through this period. You might not be making 100% of your revenue, but if you could get help from your local authorities, local government, local bodies who are trying to come up with this kind of programs or schemes, or very creative ways of repurposing these properties during the short term, I think we can all survive through this kind of pandemic and come out stronger. And last but not least, safety is very important. So at this time, I think when the properties are looking at the guest experience, you got to be thinking, am I doing the right kind of sanitization? Am I providing the right kind of process, contactless check-in in the lobby, in the rooms, or anywhere in the vicinity of the property to make sure that this guest really feels safe to even stay in this hotel? Because when the COVID kind of settles down, or let's say we have a vaccine, a lot of these habits are going to stay, right? I mean, if we are all coming out of a big pandemic, we're going to think, okay, now I can travel, but I'm going to stay at this hotel. Is this hotel safe? Do they practice safety measures? So I think this is going to be something that has become a new normal and will continue to stick. The safety practices has got to stick even after the COVID, and I think it is the kind of thing worth investing in.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And thank you, Maxim. Yeah. And Eden, do you want to add some last point?
A lot of things. Yeah, we should prepare. We should be ready after the coronavirus. Many people recently, the face-to-face communication start to be become a stress and prefer a contactless culture. So yeah, like they said, we should be ready with some kind of contactless technology.
Yeah.
So after the COVID-19, then yeah, we can accept the people and make them safe and comfortable with the contactless devices and the system. So yeah, I think we should focus on the next. with the contactless devices and also services. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And before we ending our section, we just have a 30-second Q&A question. I hope you can answer because our attendees desperately want to have the answer. So here, so as you all share that what you can see in terms of challenges of cybersecurity as adoption of automation in the industry. So anyone can ask. This is okay.
So because we deal with a lot of cybersecurity related questions. So I think there are many aspects to this. But yes, cybersecurity consideration could slow down the adoption. So it is up to the vendors to make sure that the technology that they are using to provide for automation has things like encryption in place. So data got to be encrypted at rest on your device. Data got to be encrypted during the transmission. So for example, if I'm sending somebody passport information through the internet, it has to be as secure as sending money. So that it doesn't end up in the wrong place or it's very difficult for you to crack. And secondly, these providers got to really adhere to privacy regulations like the GDPR and PDPA, so that even if you're authorized to have this data, you don't misuse this data. So you get the guest permission before you even use the email address for marketing. So I think it is really the responsibility of the solution providers to make sure that cybersecurity is taken care of so that the automation could happen.
Yeah, thank you so much, Maxim. I hope that that is answered the question of our attendees today. And thank you so much for our speaker today. It was such a short but informative discussion. We hope that after this discussion, hotel owners and managers can pick up some solution and apply them to their businesses. And also, some of you asked that if you can have the recording for sure. Yes, we will soon send the speaker information and their company information to the email you sign up with, and as well as today's section will be uploaded on AirHost website and Facebook. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much, all panelists, and yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.